Okay, so now that we've finished up the X, it's time to work on the Y-axis. That's what we're going to do in this video. Now, if you remember, I took a sketch of the mounting locations for the Y-axis, and so I went ahead and drew up the base. So what I want to do is I'm not going to go through drawing this base up. I think that from the first video doing the X-axis table, you should be able to take the information there with the sketch and draw the bases. We want to start working on our bearing block. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go up to File, New Design, and then we're going to go to File, Save, and we're going to save this as Y-axis bearing block. And of course you want to save the base as Y-axis base. And then on your new drawing here for the bearing block, you want to open up your data panel, and over where the base that you just drew, where it is, you want to right click and insert into current design. Make sure you're on the bearing block. We can close the data panel. And it wants to put it right there in the center, and that's okay because we're doing our drawing from the face here. So we'll click OK. And now that we have this in here, you can see over here on the left hand side, we have it in this current drawing, and we can see everything. Now, we can't turn the sketch on and off. We can turn the base on and off, but we can't make any changes to the sketch if we need to. Now, any changes made on the base drawing will affect this, our current drawing. So if we turn the sketch off and then we save the base drawing, when you go to the bearing block, it'll give you this warning, and it'll say that your current component here is out of date, and it gives you this caution symbol up here where the chain is. If you right click on that and hit Get Latest, it will update it, and you'll see that you no longer have your sketch. And I can't turn the sketch on, and I can't turn the sketch off. That's not really what we need. So what you want to do is you want to right click up here, and you want to break the link, and then now we can turn on and off whatever we want, because this is going to be a completely different drawing. Okay, so now that we have our sketch from our base imported into this drawing, we can start drawing our bearing block. So the first thing we want to do is make sure that we're in millimeters by changing the active units, and then we want to go to Create Sketch. We want to select this plane here. Okay, get it where we can see it here. I want to go to Sketch, Rectangle, Center Rectangle, and my bearing block is going to be 101.6, which is 4 inches. Hit Tab, and then it's going to be 50.8 inches tall. Okay, and we want to do it once again, and we want to go 38.1 inches wide. Hit Tab, and 88.9 inches long. Alright, and then we want to sketch a point on top of each one of these holes, like so. Alright, now that we have that done, we can hit Escape, and we can go over to our Y-axis here, and we can turn that off. We don't need that anymore. We want to hit C for circle, 35 millimeters for our bearing. We want to do another one, and this one needs to be 25 for our through hole. And then our mounting holes are 8mm bolts. So let's go 8.1 for these holes. 8.1. Our pins are 5 millimeters. Okay. Now that we have those holes done, one last thing. We want to do a rectangle, center point rectangle, and this needs to be 20 millimeters wide and 38.1 millimeters in width. There we go. Alright. And then I want to do a circle again. Right here. And this is going to be 4.1 millimeters. And then go to Sketch, Rectangular Pattern. We want to select this circle. And then we want to move it over 38.1. And we want to have 2 of them. And then we want to go this direction, 20 millimeters. And we want to have 2 as well. And then that way it puts the 4 holes. These will be for to mount our bearing cover. So let's select these lines that we drew and get rid of them. Those were just for reference. Alright. That looks good. So we can stop sketch. Alright. Now the first thing we want to do is, and then we want to left click and select the whole sketch here, and we want to go to modify, press pull. We want to move back 50.8 millimeters. Make sure it says new body. Click OK. It automatically turns our sketch off here, so turn it back on. Go to the front here. Alright. We want to right click on this area here, repeat press pull. And we want to go minus 19.05, which is 3/4 of an inch. We want to make sure it says cut. And we want to remove that. There we go. Then we want to right click on this area. And we want to repeat press pull. We want to go all the way through. You can just drag it till it goes all the way through there. Make sure it says cut. Click OK. Right click on this section here. Repeat press pull. And we want to go back 32.8. Click OK. This is our bearing pocket. Okay, we want to select right here, right click, repeat press pull, select these 4 holes locations, and we want to go minus 15 millimeters. Those are the holes for our bearing cover. Alright. And then we want to do create hole. Get on the front view here. And then we want multiple holes. We want to select this one and this one. We want to have counter bores. So it's an 8 millimeter diameter hole. The depth is 50.8. That should get us all the way through. Okay, it does. We want to have a counterbore depth of 3/4 of an inch plus 8 millimeters. So that's going to be 27.05. So we can go 27.2, let's say, just to give some clearance. Our counterbore diameter needs to be 13 millimeters. Okay, let's see how that looks. Alright, that looks good. Select OK. Alright, that takes care of all that. Alright, we need to go to the back side, and then we want to create a hole, a single hole. We want to place it on this face right here. Click back. And we just want to move it right over the top of our hole. Alright. Needs to be 15 millimeters deep and a diameter of 5. And then create hole once again. Select this face. Alright, it puts the same information in. Select OK. Alright, that looks good. Alright, now we're going to go to the top position. Let me turn it around here. I like working from this view. We want to create a sketch, and I want to select this particular plane right here. Alright, I want to draw a line, so I can hit line. I'm going to go to the center, up to this line here. And then I want to go in the center of that line, and it'll give you the diamond when you're in the center. And I want to go 30 millimeters. Hit enter. Okay. Hit line again, L. We'll go 30 millimeters this way. Alright. Hit escape. And then I want to draw me a circle right there. And it needs to be 4 millimeters. Okay. Then I want to right click on it, select copy, and then Control V. And then I want to just take this arrow and move it over 60 millimeters. Click OK. And I can select these lines and delete them. They were just for reference. Alright. I can hit D and put the dimension here for reference in the future. Alright. Okay, so those are our two mounting holes for our spacers. I want to flip our block over to the bottom, and then I want to create a hole on this face right here. I want to move it right over that spot. 4 millimeter. Click OK. Right click on this dot here. Repeat hole. And click OK. Alright. Those are those holes. And then right click here. repeat hole. Right click, let me select this face here. There we go. Move it right over my hole. Okay. Click OK. Repeat hole. And click OK. Alright, we can turn this sketch off. And we can turn that sketch off. Now we want to go to create threads. We want to select this hole. Hold Control down. Select that hole. This hole. And this hole. We want to thread them with M4. Click OK. And we also want to, we can go back down here on our timeline, right click this, select Edit, and I want to pick up these holes here as well. Those are also M4. There we go. Alright, now let's see how it looks. We'll turn our base on. Okay, so we need to move it forward 2 inches. So left click and drag it. And then we want to right click, move, select this arrow, pull it this way, and we'll just type in minus 50.8. Hit OK. And then we can turn this back on. There we go. And you can see that it's a little bit below the lip here, so that's nice. And starting to take shape. So there we have our Y-axis bearing block. That's coming along pretty good. We can check, make sure our mounting holes are lined up. And they look good. So I guess that wraps up this video. In the next video, we're going to work on the bearing cover. And for those of you following along, you'll remember that from the X-axis. If you'd like to go ahead and work ahead and see what you come up with, we can compare notes in the next video. Please feel free to ask questions. If you have any Fusion 360 tips you'd like to pass along, please comment. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Thanks for watching, and most importantly, be safe.